Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about Figma Sites. So this is a new tool launched by Figma in Config 2025, and if you have not watched the config this year, they have launched a lot of new features and tools, and this is one of it. And if you want to check out all the different tools and features that they have launched, check out this 10-minute summary that I've created. You don't have to watch the whole config video. So jumping back to this video, we're going to focus on Figma site, and I'm going to make this a two-part video. In the first part, we'll just look at it as an intro and understand the interface and the different capabilities it has. And in part two, we're going to take this Figma design and convert it into a site. And if you remember, we have used the same design for a Framer website as well, where we took this Figma design, used the plugin to import it into Framer, and then we had to make some tweaks in Framer to get this live website. But since this is all happening in Figma itself, I'm supposing this is going to be super seamless and less work. But stay tuned for part 2 of this video to understand how seamless that this is going to be. So jumping back to this video, so once you open a new file, these are the different options that you see. So the first three are the old ones that we already know about, and then we have Buzz. So if you want to understand what is Buzz, check out this quick video that I made that helps you understand what you can do with Buzz. And then you have Site. So this option, once you click on it, this opens up a new Figma site file. And the first thing that you see is a modal where you can see these different templates. So you can get started with a blank site if you want to start fresh, or you also have these different templates that you can get started with. So let's say you're working on a portfolio, you have this portfolio category where you can jump into it and get started with a template that is provided here. So these are the templates provided by Figma at the moment, but soon you'll start to see a lot of options here, which is from the community, and then you'll have a lot of options to get started with. But in this case, let's jump back to explore and start with a blank site. So I click on this, it opens up a blank site, which is the default one. What you see here is a home page, and they provide you desktop and a mobile breakpoint. So you can click on this and delete it, and also add these from this option plus here. So you have tablet and mobile as default presets, and then you have custom where you can add a custom breakpoint as well. So let's try to understand the interface here. So in the between, what you see is the canvas, and this is like an infinite canvas that you have in Figma design as well. You can zoom in, zoom out. Let's try to go from the left side. So we'll understand what is the left panel here, then understand the toolbar here, and then jump to the right panel at the end. So on the left, you have the first thing you see is the name. So you can click here and add a name to it. And then you have the location at where this is. You can change this to a different project. And then once you're done designing the file, you can click on this publish, and then you have the option to publish this website. So we'll look at this at the end. And then you have pages. So these are called web pages. In Figma design, it was called pages. So in web pages, you can add different pages. So if I click on plus button here, it adds a new page, and you can give a name to the page and so on. And then below that, we have layers. So these are the different layers in a particular page. As you keep adding designs onto this, you'll see the layers increasing here. And then the next option here is the plus button, which is to insert. And here you have different templates again provided by Figma. So here you have the different templates. So if you want to add an about me page, you can just click and drag it onto a page and it gets added. So let's say you want to add a header, then you have this header, just click it and drag it where you want it, and it gets dropped there as well. And we'll look at the responsive soon, but let's look at the other features. Then you have library, where you can add different components to your library and the designer can start using it. So that is also there. And then you have a search option where you can search for text and replace it. So you can just search for a text and use the replace option to replace text and so on. These are the different filters. Nothing changed here. This is same like Figma design. And then you have two options which are disabled. So the first one here is Figma Make, which is where you can provide an AI prompt and that will design the website for you. And then you have the CMS. This is more for content heavy websites. So if you're creating something like a blog or something, this is going to come really handy. And these are coming soon features. We don't know the exact date when they're going to come. And then finally, you have the site settings. So here you have the different options to change the properties for your site. So these are things like the site's name, the description for it, Google Analytics if you want to track it through Google, and then the fav icon and so on, right? And then you also have the option to add custom code to your header. So here you can add different things, like if you want a tracking from Google, you have the different scripts that you can add. So this is again slightly more advanced for advanced users. So let's jump back here and try to understand what are the options at the bottom. So at the bottom, you have the select tool and the scale tool, hand tool. These are same as what you see in Figma design. And then here you have the different options of section, frame, and web page is something new. So if I select web page, this is an option for you to add a new web page. You can just click here and it adds a new page onto this file. And then the next option here is to add an embed. So embed is going to come really handy, where you can add different things as an iframe. So let me show you an example here. So if I click on embed and let's say I add it here just beside the about me section, or let me just remove this, right, and increase this one size. So I'm just gonna increase the width of this. So let's say I want to add something which is not possible in Figma. So let's say I go to spline. In this case, I have an example here. So let's say I have this spline design that I want to use in Figma, because Figma is not going to support 3D at the moment, right? So all I can do is come here, publish this and copy this embed link and head back to Figma and click on this embed component right here. And in this, I can add this as a HTML iframe. And with this, I can make sure that that features can be rendered right here. So if I run this, let's see if that works. Yes. So this is a spline design, and you can see that I can do this 3D kind of a stuff within Figma. So that is how the iframe or the embed is going to come handy. So that's about the iframe, that link that we have here. And then the other option is make, which is not yet available. And then the rest of it, I think, is pretty much the same thing. You have different shapes that you can add onto your page. And then you have the vector tools, pen and pencil, image, text, comment, and the AI features right here. So all these are pretty much the same that you see in Figma design as well. And jumping back to the right panel that we see here, these are again same how it works in Figma. This is very contextual to the layer that you're selecting. So once I click on a layer, you can see that the properties for it are shown here, and these are pretty much same that you see in Figma design as well. I'll just highlight the new ones that you can see here. One is the link feature. So you can link anything to a different page on Figma. So if I click on plus, you can see that I can add an external URL. So as soon as I click on this, it will take me to a different external URL, or it can also lead me to the existing pages. So if I click on this drop down, these are the pages that you have in this file. So I can link this to a particular file page in this site as well. So that is the link feature. And then these are pretty much the same. Nothing has changed here. And then one new thing that you'll see is the accessibility. So I can add the accessibility tag and alt text for this. So for an image, I can add an alt text. So this is going to come helpful when you're creating a accessible friendly site as well. So those are the different things here. And the other thing that you can notice here is there's no prototype here. Instead, there's an option to add interactions. So if I go to interactions, you can add different interactions to it. So I can click on an image, add a new interaction, and these are the different kinds of interaction. We'll talk more about this in the second part of this video. So these are simple interactions that you can add. There are different options like play, spin, draggable, and things like that. We'll talk more about that later. So talking about the canvas right here, you can add different breakpoints like I mentioned. So I can add a tablet. I can add a mobile as well. So as you can see, these are responsive. So since these are created with auto layout, these are really responsive. You can see that everything is stacking one below the other, and in a tablet it looks like this. So in that way, you can create really good responsive sites as well. So once you're done with your design, you can jump to this preview mode where you can see the preview, and this is where helps you see the responsive nature of it. So I can drag it and you can see how the responsiveness works. So I think I covered all the features that is available here. And once you're done designing, you just head to publish, and you can give your site a name and just click on publish, and it would get published on Figma's domain. So you would see something like example or sample.figma.site, and you can share that link as well. So right now in beta, I think it's free, but soon this will get paid as well. And once you publish a site, you also have the option to connect it to a custom domain. So if you already have a domain, you can publish your site here and connect it to your domain as well. So with that, I guess this completes the first part of this video where we try to understand what Figma Sites is and the different capabilities it has. And in the next video, as I mentioned, we're going to recreate a personal portfolio website. So this is the design that we have in Figma. We're going to convert this into a live website and see how quick and seamless that is going to be. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the part 2 of this video. Cheers.